He's like, Danny, be real with the people, but don't lie to them.
Freely admit that I am prejudiced against timeshares.
So my definition of timeshare is prepaid vacations.
And last year, the average timeshare sold for about $20,000.
If you're a salesperson, this is something you want to tap into.
Biggest thing with objections?
For timeshare, all you hear is a bunch of negative things.
And they were persuasive, and they kept pushing us, and we'd say no, and they'd say something else.
All right, we're back. Sold in 60. It's your boy, Richie Rich.
It's your boy, D Dollar, sold in 60. Let's talk about it.
Yo, they getting sold in 60. 60 seconds or 60 minutes?
Hey, it depends.
It depends. Some people are sold right above when they're met. Check it out. It is Talk to Me Tuesday. I am going to call some random people.
Let's do it.
Let's see, and I'm just going to talk to them. It's nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So let's see if they may pick up, they may not. Let me just make sure I get the volume right, just in case. And I'm just gonna scroll through my phone and let's see. I'm gonna call random people. They don't even know I'm calling, so they might just be saying some wild stuff when I.
The wild, the better.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna interrupt somebody who's with their boyfriend or girlfriend. Call Dre. Andre Clark, not Dre Crate. Let me see. Make sure I can hear.
Yo.
Drizzy Dre, this is your
Hello.
boy. What up, Dre? This is Rich.
What's up, brother?
I'm bothering you, man. I'm live on the air, man. I'm on the podcast, Sold in 60.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to call anybody who pops up in my phone to ask them some questions about the industry. So I'm going to ask you for 2 minutes of your time.
All right, nah, that's straight.
Do you think, and tell me why you think anybody should join the timeshare industry?
First of all, I mean, it's extremely lucrative, first of all, but you learn a lot too, you know, like, it's a great experience because you get to learn, it's like a learning curve. So for like everybody that I seen that came in, you know, they came from, you know, a certain level, and then they always came up, overcame whatever they went through. So it's like a learning experience to me, a different learning experience.
Nice.
But
so what would you say one of the skills that you learned from being in the industry?
One of the skills I learned is how to maintain my attitude.
Tell us more.
Pretty much, you know, learning how not to be frustrated over, you know, certain situations, just, you know, letting it go by, understanding that yesterday's yesterday, tomorrow's tomorrow, you know, and not letting it go into tomorrow like yesterday, what happened, don't bring it in tomorrow, you feel me? So, just like that, just going into the next day with a positive attitude.
Absolutely. So what you're saying is there's some days where you may not get a sale, you got to come in tomorrow with a positive attitude, and you will get a sale.
Right. Or even your next person that you go to, you know, you don't want to carry that over to the next guest that you speak with, you feel me? So even if like the same day you had a guest that you ran into and you speaking with them and it might have not went the way you wanted to go, but you don't want to carry that attitude into the next guest because, you know, it's going to show. The energy is everything. So, you know, it's going to show no matter what, even if, you know, you try and you bet, you got to like keep that positive attitude, because even if you go into that next one with the same energy you had before, it's just going to mess up that sale for you pretty much.
Absolutely. I just want to give you your flowers while I got you. I want to congratulate you. I see you've been doing your thing, putting numbers on the board and helping families, you know, on vacation shit. Very, very, very heavy right now. So I want to give you your props.
For sure, appreciate that. For sure, appreciate it. You started me out, so I appreciate it for sure.
No doubt, man. You turned out. So what do you think clicked? What do you think was that thing that just said, boom, I got it?
I mean, because at first, I mean, when I first came in, I mean, you know, the training was good, everything was good. So like, I think it clicked more so after going through like a few different, you know, customers and dealing with a few different experiences from different people. just seeing that it was only a few objections that you could really, not few, but more than a few, but it's only certain objections that you could really get.
Gotcha.
And once I realized that, it was like, okay, now I just got to pretty much learn how can I overcome these objections. And that's when it pretty much clicked for me. It was like, okay, boom, if I could overcome these and just learn how to overcome them, I might not overcome them every single time, but if I could master how to overcome these objections that I'm getting, then, it could benefit me. And that's when it clicked, like, okay, boom. When I started doing it every day, and going through different customers experience different things.
That's what's up. So pretty much they become repetitive and you learn how to overcome them.
Right.
That's what's up. Man, Dre, I appreciate you dropping those jewels on us, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold you no longer, but I appreciate you. You're on Sold in 60. We got to get you up here. I know we talked about you coming up here. So now that you've officially been a guest, you got to come show your face.
Yes, sir, for sure. Anytime I'm ready.
All right, my brother. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Peace. We were just talking about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's
he was probably listening in on the podcast while we was talking about it. For sure.
Word. So just so y'all know, it's like 10:30. I'm just calling people. They might be in bed. I'm waking people up.
I'm waking them up.
Here's a person that's in Dayline. You know,
they don't sleep.
There's a difference between Dayline and in-house, or some people call it frontline.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, Dayline or frontline is dealing with families that are not staying at the resort currently. They're staying in a hotel or somewhere else, and they've been scheduled to go see a presentation. In-house is families that are staying on that property. So I'm gonna call somebody that's on the Dayline or the front line and see if they pick up. Hey, hey, this is Rick. How you doing? I'm good. Are you in bed already?
Huh?
You in bed already?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. You're live on my...
No, don't beat me.
All right. I just need 2 minutes of your time. You're live on my show, Sold in 60 is a podcast. And I'm talking to
I'm live on your show?
You are. And I want to know, what do you feel is the main reason why somebody should get in this industry?
Could you repeat that?
What do you feel is the main reason why someone should get in this industry, the timeshare industry?
You're like cutting out right at the tail end of what you're saying.
Why should they sell timeshare?
Why should they sell timeshare? Because it'll change your life.
In what way? In what way will it change your life?
When you sell timeshare?
Yeah.
Because selling timeshare requires a skill set that produces an environment at work that just kind of makes you turn into a person, whether you sink or swim. It doesn't let you last at work without that skill set, which, makes you a sharper person, and that bleeds into the rest of your life.
I like it. So I was just talking about that earlier. I was saying that you can use that skill elsewhere, and it kind of makes you learn people skills, you learn how to communicate, you learn body language, you learn, different walks of life, social styles, all that.
Yeah, 100%. Either you get better, you sink, or you swim.
I love it. Well, I appreciate you dropping that jewel. That was confirmation. Thank you so much. And I see you doing your thing. I just want to give you your flowers while you're here. Keep rocking to the top.
You're welcome. You have a good night.
You too, my dear. Peace.
Bye.
Telling you I'm waking people up and want to know what's up. They with their spouse. They're like, yo, I gotta pick up the call. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit one more. I'm gonna hit somebody that was in the industry.
Yeah.
And then they left the industry.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about it. I want to see if he pick up. kid's probably at a party right now.
Hello?
Steve.
Yo, what's up, Rich?
What up, baby? What's poppin', man? Listen, you live on the show Sold in 60 right now. I want to ask you a question.
Wait, hold on, wait, what?
Yeah. You live on the air right now.
All right.
Don't stutter. Listen. I want to get
I'm
your
nervous.
Nah, chill, man. You a G. Listen, I want to get your perception.
Yeah.
You were in the real estate industry. You started off in real estate. You went into timeshare. Would you?
Yeah.
You got to turn your.
Oh, I turned it down. Hold on. Let me just turn the Bluetooth off. Hold on. All right.
It's just like when you live on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Would you recommend someone sell timeshare and why?
Well, look, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Hold on, this shit not. Oh, my bad. Wait. My bad. Just talk to me, bro.
Yeah. So would you recommend to someone sell timeshare and why?
Oh yeah, definitely. Selling timeshare is it's a nice move. There's definitely some good money in it. It gets your sales skills up. If you have sales skills, that's like one of the best things you can do because you can make a decent amount of money in short time while making people's vacation dreams come true and making sure they have a nice place to go vacation every year. I definitely recommend it. It's definitely good money. It gets you in the process of just touring and showing regularly. I would definitely recommend it. It's a nice job. It's a nice hustle.
Do you sell timeshare?
I don't sell timeshare right now, but I definitely would go back to it.
All right, good. I just wanted to know. You know what I'm saying? The people want to know. What would you think? What would you say is the hardest part about it?
The hardest part is, I think, finding your pitch, finding your sales tactic and how you go about it. And then also, of course, rebuttals, dealing with people who have those preconceived notions of timeshare and don't really even want to hear it, even though it would be valuable to them. So those would probably be the hardest things. But after you kind of get a real sense of the business and how it works and your sales pitch and how you want to go into it, it's great.
Got you. So it's like understanding how to deliver the message and overcome the objections because they have this resistance that they come to you with, and you got to overcome that.
Exactly. It's not probably the hardest part, but after that, if you can get over that, man, it's butter.
Nice. Damn, Steve. All right, perfect, man. I appreciate you dropping those jewels on me. Thank you, my brother. Can't wait to have you up here so we can chop it up live on the TV. So let's make that happen.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Definitely, sometime soon.
All right, brother. Good looking.
All right, my man. No problem. A great show, man. Great show.
Thank you, my G. Keep tuning in. Right.
You too. Blessings to you and everybody.
Blessings.
All right, later, bro.
Peace. So again, everything that we just said is just confirmed. These people don't even know I'm calling them. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're new, if you're old, if you're right in the middle, you know what I'm saying? It's all about getting your presentation down, getting your personality, your swag, your comfortability, your confidence, your motivation. All that has to all come together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think for me, it didn't click until I understood that people buy because they like me. Mm-hmm. Once I made it my own, it was over. Mm. You know what I'm saying? You can't be robotic, obviously, but if your presentation sounds like a conversation and you're engaged with the people, you're good.
Not an interrogation, but more of a conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I definitely wanted to call, perspective, and we can do this. We'll probably be doing this weekly. You know what I'm saying? Just to, talk to different people because, we know people who just started, people who've been in the business for a long time, mm-hmm. people who quit and would never go back for whatever mm-hmm. reason. Like there's some veterans that I looked up to, you know what I'm saying, that got out the game that I would love to know. Like, why'd you get out the game? There's a thing called burnout. People get burnt out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Take a couple years off or something.
But there's some people that just step off, made enough, decide they don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you could take the income that you made and then do whatever you want to do.
That's one thing that a lot of people are not talking about. What are they doing with this money? What are they? Are they blowing it? Are they starting other businesses? Are they, what are they doing with all this timeshare money?
Well, I could tell you like this. Before I got into business, there were these legends of people. Money was everywhere. It's like you watched Paid in Full and they had the money falling from the sky.
Yeah.
There was half checks everywhere. We had a glove compartment full of checks we didn't even cash yet.
Yeah.
We had commissions coming in. Cocaine was everywhere.
Yeah.
There was a time of the business that I didn't see.
Yeah.
But I heard it was very, very scary. I heard it was parties. I heard it was drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like bananas. You know what I'm saying? And those people lost it all. The money was coming so fast that they was just blowing it. And then they lost it all. It's like those people I want to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like in the real estate business where let's talk about before the Great Recession, right? Everyone was refinancing, buying homes, banks was giving out. Like it was a time that like if you was in the business, you made a lot of money because everyone could buy and everyone could refi, and it was just money was flowing everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then the economy crashed. So in timeshare, think about a world of timeshare with no internet.
Mm-hmm.
No reviews. It's a new concept, and there's no one for you to run and Google.
Mm-hmm.
People were buying left and right. This is before my time, you know what I'm saying? But the greats told me the stories, you know what I'm saying? But what I was told was that you got to learn how to manage your money. That there's some resorts that don't take out the money for taxes.
The taxes, yeah.
And before you know it, miseducation or misuse or lack of knowledge or responsibility have you with a huge deficit in your tax bill. That happens to a lot of people. So those are the type of things that happen. I know people that, of course, they bought houses with all the money, and then of course the market, crashed back then. But I think today is a smarter generation in the timeshare industry. I think they heard the horror stories of the past. Me personally, I don't hang with a lot of people that do drugs. I don't know. Actually, I've gone out with some people, and then in the bathroom they're like, "You want to go skiing?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Oh no, don't do that.
Yeah.
But to each his own. You know what I'm saying? To each his own, because whatever. It got nothing to do with me. But the question is, what are they doing with the money? Today, the people that I'm around, there was a lot of crypto, NFT investors, you know what I'm saying? Early in the game.
Yeah.
Because about 5-6 years ago, people were talking about Bitcoin before I knew what it was. And that's when it was down at 6,000. So like some of those people were already in that. Some people were into coins. Some people were into watches. So I've been around different people, doing different investments. But the question is, what are they doing with it? You know what I'm saying? A lot of money goes through the hands. So, maybe that's something to ask, what are the best investments or the money that they blew?
Yeah, and some companies too, you're either getting hourly plus a commission, or you're getting a commission plus a bonus, or you're getting a draw and commission. So, depending on who you work for, you could possibly get 2-3 checks in a week. You know what I'm saying? With all the different structures that they have going on. So I remember those days where, I used to get $500 check on what was it, Tuesday, and then another one on Thursday, and then the commission check right after that. That was talk about blowing some money.
Yeah, I was one of them. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, don't worry, we're gonna get another check next week.
There's no feeling of like, okay, I'm gonna go into like, all right, we're talking about what they once called half checks.
Yeah, and
it means that if you got a sale today, I'm gonna use simple numbers. Let's say the sale was $20,000. You made $2,000. In 2 days, they would give you $500, right? And then you get the $1,500 21 days after the sale. But just imagine you had 3 sales that week, so you made $1,500 for the week. You still haven't received your commission as of yet. So if you're doing $1,500 for, 3 days out the week, and you did that for 4 weeks, that's $6,000 for the month, right? But you still have your commissions coming in. So if you're getting 4 half checks a week, that's $2,000 a week. That's $8,000. That $8,000 a month is $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In half checks.
Mm-hmm.
Your commission hasn't even kicked yet.
Crazy.
So, you know, there's money to be made in helping these families. Vacation. And why is it that you get paid a commission? Because it's real estate.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand the concept. Y'all want to know? Timeshare. Again, they've taken a condominium and divided it into weeks, and they're giving ownership for the week or the time that's allotted to them. And I don't know how they do it with points, but I know it still takes a real estate license.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, I mean, you're selling real estate. It may not be residential or commercial, agricultural, farmland is a different form. Again, if you haven't heard the story, a gentleman called me before I came to Florida. I was in New York.
Mm-hmm.
A gentleman that used to work with me, I gave him an opportunity. I was a manager at the call center, almost like the Boiler Room, if you ever watched that movie. But I was great on the phones, right? Overcoming objections. That was my thing.
Mm-hmm.
A gentleman calls me and says, listen, brother, are you making at least $70,000 a year? And at the time, I had different hustles that made added to it, but it wasn't like one job's giving me this salary.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm not. He said, listen, you need to come down here, come to this company. I can get you in. You were great in the collection business. You'll be a beast here. I took his word for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know my strengths.
Mm-hmm.
I packed it up, came down here, took the real estate class. So what I'm getting to is in my real estate class, there's a time where everyone the instructor goes around and says, well, have you decided who you're going to work for, what you're going to do? Because you have to pick a specialty, a niche, or not just a niche, but a specialty, right? Is it going to be selling businesses, selling residential, selling commercial, selling agricultural land or industrial? Like, what is your area? Everyone goes around, says their thing, and comes to me. I said, I'm going to sell timeshare. And the guy goes, oh, yeah, you can do that. So now the class is like, well, what's timeshare?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's something else you could do. It's another form. And then he goes like, well, what company are you going to work for? And I tell him the company's name, and he has so much negatives to say. It was like, I felt like this in the class, like just shrinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, why even open my mouth? But I was the only one in the class that knew about that industry. You know, because my parents worked in the industry, so I already knew what money was to be made. You know what I'm saying? It's just that when they were in it, I didn't have any interest because I was doing other things. I was into music and stuff like that. So,
do you feel like you had an advantage over the average salespersons because your parents was already in the industry, or you had to learn to get it from the mud too?
I think I had to get it from the mud. I think I had an advantage because people believed in me before I even knew what I could do. Because I walked into a company where they were already known for how great they were. You know what I'm saying? And you know the pressure of walking behind great people is you have big shoes to fill.
Gotta fill them.
So it's like, for me, it's more stress. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if I refer somebody, if I put my name on something, I'm like, damn, put my name on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope they do good because you got in because of me. So with that being said, with my parents being before me and everyone loved them, like they were a different married couple working together. Like it was
power couple,
a good vibe. So like everyone, oh, you Carlos and Veronica's son, oh my God, like, and like the warm welcome that I got, but I also knew that there's an expectation. There's an expectation to be met. So honestly, I would go back to them every day and try to get like feedback, what to do. And I just felt like the game may have changed from when they were in the business to when I was in the business. You know what I'm saying? Now, as a younger person, I saw my dad going through that training, studying, back and forth, pacing for his next test. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that I had to go just as hard when I was in training. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I had a really advantage. I think I had more pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
But I was determined to see what it is, to see what it's about, because I already knew the potential that was there. I already knew what I was about to do. I had friends that I went to school with that was working when my parents were working, and I'm like, damn, they've been eating a long time, and I wasn't, in that circle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Hanif. I haven't spoken to him in a minute, but people that I've went to school with that I know was already doing 100, easy. You know what I'm saying? So
you wish you would have been introduced to timeshare a lot earlier.
You know what? things happen for a reason. Had I been blowing that, if I'd been getting it like that early, I probably got more trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like things happen for a reason.
For sure.
Word. So I mean, again, motivation. If you're thinking about doing it, if you're in it and you're in a slump, you can pull yourself back up. You know what I'm saying? Set that goal. I think one of the main things people have to do is have a vision, or have a vision board, or have a goal, or have, set up what you want to do. Because here's the one thing that I said that I wasn't gonna be like other people. I'm not calling nobody out, but I know people that are like in their 60s, going upper into the 70s, and they're still in the business. Now, it may be easy for them. That's why they're still there. What else you gonna do? It's easy as cake. But I think that everyone should have an exit strategy. What I saw that I didn't want for myself was not having enough bread where I had to go back into an industry that may burn me out. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that if you are in a position where you can, listen, everyone's not an entrepreneur. I get it. But if that's your dream to start something, stash your bread, start your project. You want to own multiple properties? Take your bread, buy your properties. You know what I'm saying? Have a plan. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is, just like back in the day, the money was coming quick. You blow it because you're going to make it back, blow it, make it back. Then the industry took a halt. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure 2020 was a shocker. Yeah. The whole world stopped.
Yeah.
Vacations stopped. The resorts were shut down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you were blowing money fast, BMF, if you was blowing money fast because you already know tomorrow I'm going to get it. If I don't get one tomorrow, I'm going to get one the next day. That all just stopped. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, owning a brokerage, it was being in position that when the resort stopped, the brokerage grew because I was in position. When the world shut down and they considered realtors essential, people were still buying houses. We over there doing Zooms and virtual showings and doing contracts sight unseen because I was in position. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you could,
That's real.
if you could put yourself in a position where that if that stops, you can survive, you're good. But if you just go in there, or you know what I'm saying, or hop into different resorts and like you stuck in this thing, that's not a good look.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I see people make their money, and then they leave, and then they end up coming back because they can't find another job that can match the money that they were making. At the timeshare resort. So they end up getting sucked back in. Yeah.
You know what? It's hard to go back to something when you see how much money you can make, the potential that you can make in a short amount of time. It's probably hard to go back to something that is not equivalent.
Yeah, getting paid hourly when I just made $2,000-$3,000, at the timeshare resort. It's hard.
I feel like the biggest industry, just my opinion, right now in Florida, is timeshare, solar, and insurance. From what I see, when the pandemic happened, everyone left timeshare and went into either solar or insurance. Now, the fear of dying, you know what I'm saying? Because fear sells. Insurance is everything. Like, you have your policies right, you have your affairs in order. Like, people dying, what you gonna do? Yeah. So, shout out to those people who went that route and got their insurance license and did it because it was a good time for that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It may have slowed down a little bit. I mean, I think people should always still have that set up, have your affairs in order, but, that was a big thing. Solar, I mean, the prices of oil, a lot of people are trying to save and trying to, change. We got electric cars and stuff like that. So solar became a big thing.
Yeah, I get a lot of solar people hitting me up in my DMs now trying to get me to help them.
Hey, can I get a list of your owners?
Yeah,
my boy. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is the industry that will change your life. Some people just get sold in 60, just like the name of the show.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Tune in next week. We're gonna have some special guests, new callers. We turn up on them.
New callers, new money, new tours. Let's talk about it.